Welcome to the Sunday service of CSLN. We are a welcoming and inclusive community of inspired individuals caring for and about each other and the entire planetary family. The Center for Spiritual Living Nashville offers spiritual tools for anyone seeking a deeper connection with God, Spirit, a higher power, or universal truths. Be sure to subscribe below if you enjoy our programs. Now please enjoy today's service.
Good morning and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Nashville. Happy holidays to all of you. Normally, I'd be sitting to my left behind my keyboard playing music director, but Gregory Fisher was scheduled to be our featured vocalist today, and he's a little bit under the weather, so we're going to cut him loose and wish him well, okay? I think he's doing better anyway, so it's been all good news. So handling the music duties today is our friend Julie Rust. She is self-contained. Well, almost. Joining her today is also her husband, Rusty Rust, the super talented guitarist on the Sunburst Fender Stratocaster. All right? Julie's music is such a powerful catalyst. Her music expands the heart. She's absolutely wonderful. She's performed here many times and has saved me a couple of times too. Thank you, Julie. Her latest EP is called Effortless. Please welcome Julie and Rusty.
Thank you.
Drive home, too tired to think. Sky gray blue, pale pink, soft white sunset. Clouds are angel silhouette. Drive car to side of road, eyes wet, heart full, stunned the angels dance for me, feel their love pour over me, delight in my life, delight in my life, they delight in my life. Sing soft lullaby, recorded late at night, played back the harmony Thank you. It's so nice to be here. It's so nice to actually see a few people. You guys are really safe, very spread out, and it's really nice that you're here.
It really is.
It really is. This is called I Am Free. I used to ride my tricycle up and down the sidewalk. Back it up, check the tires, fill it up, ring the bell. I was free. I was free. I'm looking at an open door. Gonna run right through it. Take the brakes off my life, fill it up, ring the bell. I am free. I am free. I choose my life to be alive. Yeah. Alive. I live my life in moments now. Look around for beauty. Take it in, check it out, feel it out, ring the bell. I am free. I am free. Yeah. I am. La 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 la. I am. I am. La 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 la. I am. I am. La la la. Thank you. So don't forget, even though you may be limited in range at the moment, we're still free to choose each moment, right? Well, that sounded a little preachy, but it's fun, actually.
You are in a church.
Oh, that's okay.
Sorry.
It works. It works. I just wanted to remind everybody to look for beauty and don't worry. You ready? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, yeah. Oh, it feels like a rush, like caffeine and sugar. Feels like when I was young. I don't know if I've got the guts to believe it, greet it, or turn away and run. So this is how love feels, floating and flying and totally real. This is how love feels. Oh, so much time's gone by, I built a resistance so tough it almost repels. But now there's a crack, and if you persisted, you might help me break away this shell. And this is how love feels. Explosive, impulsive, erodes hearts of steel. This is how love feels. I'm lightheaded and laughing, loving, relearning desire. Oh yeah, learning to let go and living a life that's inspired. Oh yeah. I think this is where I say yes. I'm ready to give it my all. This could be easy, could be rough. I'm taking my chances of breaking the wall. And this is how love feels. Uplifting, enlightening, and totally real. This is how love feels. This is how I feel.
I got there early.
Thank you so much. Ooh, that got us warmed up, huh? All right.
Good morning, everyone, and happy holidays. Before I do my reading, I have a request. For those that know the power of prayer, I'm asking you to pray for my friend that is in the nursing home. She is 102, and I've attempted to see her, call her, and it's been since February since I've seen her. So before she make her transition, I would love to see her. So I'm asking everyone to keep me in mind for that. Anyway, this reading is a Christmas letter from Ernest Holmes. Christmas is for remembrance. The love manifested through our gifts to each other typifies the other, the offer of life, and the givingness of spirit to its creations. The hands of the eternal are outstretched through our hands, and the heart of the infinite beats in the human breast. But the giver must give of himself, for the gift without the giver is bare. It is not then in lavish gifts that we find true giving, but in the sweet simplicity of remembrance, and the kindly thought, the tolerant mind, and the gentle act. Love alone can give love. Sympathy alone can sympathize, and only goodness can really do or be good. The one who gives for reward does not give it all. He seeks to bargain, to trade for spiritual gifts. Hence, he senses a loss in his own giving and finds no completion through the act. But he who gives half his meat to the hungry feels justified and is warmed by a real sense of comradeship. He has established an actual unity between himself and other offsprings of creation. Great causes succeed when there is a giving of humanity to humanity. With the check must come the one who wrote it. His interest and his enthusiasm is love. The check must be a symbol of his desire to impart himself, then shall it multiply its benefits and do good. Charity is cold, but love is warm. When heart seeks to heart, a divine conversation has taken place, a heavenly discourse. Each of us has something to give. Let each see that he gives his best. If we are bringing our gifts to the altar of love, nothing less than the best would be acceptable. Nothing less than all is enough. May the real spirit of Christmas, the giving of the self to life, enter and abide in you now and through all times. P.S. Merry Christmas, my dear ones. Take these sweet and sacred words with you as you celebrate and share all the gifts that are within you. So I'm asking us, everyone, to take a deep breath and know with me this truth. I know that there is one power, one presence, and that presence is God. And I am one with it. And as I speak this truth, I know it is true for everyone. We are conscious that God is all there is. There is nothing else. We are certain that the spirit of reality is our spirit, flows into our spirit and through our spirit. And we are conscious that love does guide and direct, lead, maintain, and sustain. We know that each one of us is a center of this divine life and this perfect peace, this complete happiness, and this absolute wholeness. And we know that this perfection, which is the center of our very being, is projected into every atom of our being. We know that the principle within us guides us, not only into the way of truth, but in the way and the performance of that knowledge. Whatever is for our benefit is already provided. It is one thing, is all one presence operating through one fundamental law. Therefore, everything necessary for our well-being, whether we think of it as spiritual, mental, or physical, everything necessary to remove any belief in obstruction and form, then in the flow and out push that spirit. Spirit is brought into our experience. All good, all substance, all supply, all activity, all opportunity for self-expression. Now being so, being in harmony, we be this truth, live this truth, and know it is so. So thank you, God. Thank you. And so it is.
Why don't you stand first in line? Why don't you say what's on your mind? Don't tell me you're not good enough. Don't hide behind piety, piety. You think that you're highest love. You say that you can rise above the shadow of your life. I'm telling you, you're wrong. You're wrong. There was a time I felt like you, and then a friend told me the truth. A simple thing he said to me: believe in you like I believe, I believe. You think that you're not worthy of the highest love. You say that you can't rise above the shadow of your life. I'm telling you, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. The answer is so close to you. You know the deal, you know the truth. Don't let your mind recycle things. Believe in you like I believe, I believe. I'm telling you, you're worthy of highest love. I know that you can rise above the shadow of your life. I'm telling you, you're worthy of highest love. I know that you can rise above the shadow of your life. I promise you, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Thank you so much.
You can go now, right?
You can go now, Rusty. You're dismissed for a little while.
Thank you, Julie and Rusty. We are worthy. Thank you for letting us know that.
Absolutely.
So I'm Marietta Carter. I am up here to introduce our guest speaker, Rosemary Cathcart. So Rosemary's been a long-time student of Science and Mind. She's taken many classes from Reverend Mitch Johnson. She is a traditional Reiki master, a hypnotherapist, an astrologer, a natural, clairvoyant, mediumistic channel for spirit. With an unwavering belief in the divine order of all things, she attempts to live her life according to principle. Rosemary is a minister of the Universal Brotherhood Movement, Incorporated, a non-sectarian, non-denominational, fully licensed ministerial organization with a worldwide membership. She has served as an ordaining minister director since 1990, and in 2013, she assumed the role of president of the organization. She is proud to have ordained a number of CSLN practitioners. And as a longtime member of CSLN's predecessor, Religious Science of Nashville, and of CSLN itself, her appreciation for her teaching and love of this center runs deep. We're very honored to have her here today, as I think she is honored to join us. Thank you, Rosemary.
Thank you. How lovely. What a great introduction. Ooh. Good morning. Boy, it's bright out there. I love that. It's an excellent day to be here together. It's actually an excellent day to be anywhere. Before we start the program, let's begin with a meditation. We've had superb music from Rusty and Julie. And they really set the tone, I think, for everyone here. For those of you who might be at home joining us. Wherever you are right now, just relax into yourself. Just close your eyes if you feel comfortable enough. And begin by taking some life-giving, wonderful deep breaths. Any way you can manage that. If you can breathe in through the nose and exhale through the nose, that's excellent. Allow yourself to feel completely safe, completely relaxed in this divine moment. The next time you inhale, take in only love. And as you exhale, release any concerns from the week. When you inhale again, take in joy. Feel that joy penetrating every atom and every cell of your body. And when you exhale again, feel your neck and your shoulders just relax. Drop your shoulders. Allow yourself to come completely into your physical body, your home for this divine adventure called life. Don't let anything tug at your brain. You are enough. You are perfect, just as you are in this wonderful moment. As you inhale again, believe with every fiber of your being that you are a beloved child of God. Feel the truth of that penetrating every part of your body. No hesitation. You deserve, you belong, you are loved, you are perfect, just as you are right this moment. Don't argue with God's creation. Don't resist. Feel your body completely relaxing wherever you are, getting ready for the day, ready to be brilliant, ready to be a reservoir of wisdom, poise, and love. And now, as you begin to return to this moment, this day in time, just begin to come back to a normal pattern of breathing very easily, taking a nice, fresh inhalation of breath, inviting your body back to this day, this time, this place. Number 2, taking another nice, comfortable breath. And as you exhale that breath, just move your hands and your feet a little bit, inviting yourself fully back into this wonderful moment. Finally, take a third breath, inhaling all of the richness of life. And as you exhale that breath, just open your eyes. Very slowly, come back. Thank you. Thank you so much. So it is. Thank you, Julie. I was so sad to hear that my buddy, my longtime buddy, Gregory Fisher, was under the weather. But I kind of go back as long with Julie and Rusty as I do Gregory. So what an extraordinary treat. Thank you, Marietta, for that lovely introduction. It's wonderful to see people here. Sparse, we don't have a full crowd, but really bright soul beings here in the sanctuary, and because of the miracle, that is Reverend Lynn Bennett and his crew of trusty helpers, we are hopefully being seen live on YouTube. What a great thing. Welcome. Welcome today. Today is Sunday, December 20th, 2020. And folks, we have just 11 days left in this most unusual, extraordinary, exhausting, unprecedented year. If you're hearing my voice, you're alive and hopefully well, which is quite an accomplishment considering what we've all lived through. The pandemic of COVID-19, just exhausting and heartbreaking civil and racial unrest, the proportions of which we've never seen before, and enough political shenanigans to fill our new convention center. 11 days, guys. Hold out hope. We hold out hope that Dottie gets to see her friend. As my dear friend and CSLN member Megan Mundy Patterson, who happens to be here today with her wonderful mother, remarked to me earlier this year, it's a whole lot of too much more. And we were doing a FaceTime appointment, and I wrote that down and I said, I beg your pardon? And she kind of laughed and she said, Rosemary, it's a whole lot of too much more. And I thought, wow, you nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. And yet we're here. We prevail. We persevere. We figure out how to get creative. We figure out how to stay connected and in tune with the people who matter the most. Right? Yeah. Human beings are such extraordinarily creative beings. What is that? Necessity is the mother of invention. She's been pretty busy this year. For me, during times of crisis, I find that I must go back to the basics, right to the very basics, in order to stay steady, because it's so easy not to be steady. As Ernest Holmes reminds us in the Science of Mind textbook, quote, thought which is built upon a realization of the divine presence, has the power to neutralize negative thought, to erase it, just as light has the power to overcome darkness, not by combating the darkness, but by being exactly what it is, light. He wrote that in 1938. No friction there, no opposition, no I want to argue with you or fight with you, but just a pure demonstration of right action. What an excellent reminder to maintain our focus as we keep turning in the direction of right action. The thing about right action is we might not know what that is until the moment is in front of us. That's the purpose of doing all of our grounding work. That's the purpose of beautiful prayer, beautiful meditation, of treatment. That's the purpose of having a toolkit for yourself, that when you feel yourself starting to unravel, you can calm yourself, you can come back to yourself. And then when the moment occurs, you automatically know what right action is. Maybe that's going to mean you're going to turn your back totally on a situation, a person. There's been a lot of that going on this year for me because I can get pretty ornery. So I have to have all my tools. There's an exercise known as sun gazing. Today might not be the best day to talk about it, but this has also been really helpful to me this year. And it's so simple. It's one of those things that's easy to forget. What you do, it's done by closing your eyes and you gaze in the direction of the rising sun. It's ideal if you can do it at daybreak, but if you don't remember it until 11 o'clock or 3 o'clock, do it then. What you do is you face the sun. And I'm doubly blessed because my kitchen window faces the east. So I don't even have to leave the house. I can stand there in the kitchen, gaze at the sun as it's coming right over my home. It's a new day. It's another excellent shot at life. And boy, do we owe Lin-Manuel Miranda a lot for that. A shot, right? The mantra that one would use if you're going to do this exercise is called the Gayatri, and that is an ancient name for planet Earth. And as you address the sun in this fashion, and I always believe in breathing because it's the breath of life and it grounds you. Just take a nice, comfortable breath. You who are the source of all power, whose rays illuminate the whole world, illuminate also my heart so that it too can do your work. And as I visualize that, I'm reciting it, and I'm visualizing the rays of the sun flooding the earth plane, coming right into my heart, filling my body with the light and the power of the sun, and then streaming out from my heart center and back again into the world. As I am filled with the light of the divine in the form of the sun's rays, I am then enabled to become a source of light, not only for myself, but for anyone who might cross my path that day. As we come together today, right now at this moment, we are on the brink of what has been called the shift of the ages, quite similar to another monumental shift which occurred with the birth of the Christ child more than 2,000 years ago in a tiny manger in Bethlehem. As described by Matthew in the New Testament, the Star of Bethlehem, a star of wonder, appeared in the east and guided the 3 wise men to travel to Jerusalem, telling King Herod the prophecy that a new ruler of the people of Israel was about to be born. King Herod and his court knew nothing of the Star of Bethlehem, nor of the impending birth of a new king. The 3 wise men then traveled south from Jerusalem to Bethlehem. According to Matthew's account, the star moved before them, coming to a stop directly above the manger in Bethlehem. The term "in the east" was actually a term used in ancient Greek mathematical astrology over 2,000 years ago, confirming what I have always believed and told many of my non-astrological believing clients and friends for years, that the 3 wise men were indeed very wise and gifted, mathematically adept astrologers and astronomers. They had been aware of the Old Testament prophecy, and they had been watching the heavens for years in anticipation of this holy moment. As a small personal disclaimer, I grew up in a really strict Irish Catholic family, the kind where if you didn't go to Mass, you didn't go anywhere. But my mother started studying astrology when I was 7 because I didn't fit the mold of any of my siblings. Imagine that. Consequently, astrology has been my second language ever since I was a little girl. So to me, I had no idea that various religions didn't appreciate astrology, didn't accept astrology. And then a few years ago, a Catholic priest came to me for some hypnosis, and he set me straight. I was shocked. I was really shocked. And I was astonished that all these years, this practicing Catholic who has studied every religion on the planet was doing something that people didn't like. Really kind of hurt my feelings. So, forgive me for interweaving so many disciplines, but in the realm of strength training, which I also owe to Megan, connectedness, intellection, and learner are among my top 5 strengths. So I always want to build a bridge between traditions, offering some new ideas in an effort to create a greater sense of community, a greater sense of our own shared interconnectedness. Whatever I learn, I feel an obligation to, as I'm learning it most of the time, think about, I know somebody that could use this. So that's it. We are all children of the same God, are we not? Yes. Thank you. May I hear an amen? Amen. Thank you. This has been the hardest year I have ever had. And that just brought to mind a really sweet friend of mine who passed away in June. This has been the year of people passing away. He was my neighbor for 10 years, and I could never let him in my back door because I have astrology things in the laundry room. I've got astrology things in the office. So he was only a front door dude because he was a Church of Christer. And I have talked to him so many times since June 13th, letting him know it's okay. You are not alone. You are intermingling with souls of every variety. And sometimes when I go past Lipscomb, I can kind of hear him laugh. So thank you for that, amen. God is us, realizing this indwelling God to be one and only, the one and only life of divine spirit, And then we sense our nature as divine. That is scientific, and it works wonders. I actually did my very best in preparing for today to find out if the founder of religious science, Ernest Holmes, believed in astrology, but alas, he did not. According to Dr. Mitch Johnson, although there were people who had a disposition to the stars, and Ernest Holmes respected their calling, he didn't particularly subscribe to the science himself, being of the mindset that spirit was the only true source of enlightenment. I tried. I even went so far as doing his astrology chart. Searching him out, born June 21st, 1887, in a little place in Maine, at sunrise. He really was a brilliant combination of so much. Ahead of his time, Capricorn, which made him grounded, and he could figure anything out. No task was too big, no business that he couldn't master. And he had 4 planets in Aquarius because he was a 1-degree Aquarian. We are now just going into the age of Aquarius, and I hope he is inspiring all of us right now with that brilliant brain and that creative spirit that was never daunted by any kind of catastrophe. We need that right now more than ever, more than ever. So here we are right now, more than 2,000 years later, after the birth of Christ, following the Star of Bethlehem, and once again, the universe is offering us an incredible, potentially life-changing gift. Potentially is the key word here. Life-changing gift in the form of the conjunction of the largest planet in the heavens, Jupiter, larger than any of the other planets all combined, with the ringed planet Saturn. This is all happening tomorrow, Monday, December 21st, shortly after the winter solstice, which occurs tomorrow morning at 4:03 a.m. Central Time. The winter solstice occurs when the sun enters the sign of Capricorn, with the sun at its lowest point in the northern hemisphere, creating the shortest day of the year and the longest night. The solstices and the equinoxes, and there are 4 of them, 4, 3, 4. Therefore, they are gateways to new paradigms of life, new paradigms of awareness. And as with anything, like what I started out with Ernest Holmes' statement, you don't push against, you allow. So tomorrow, hopefully we'll all be sleeping at 4:03 a.m., but set your intention, because the intention will prevail, that you are open to whatever divine light, whatever divine message, whatever divine inspiration chooses to find you. So tomorrow morning, 4:03 a.m., the gateway opens into the winter solstice. The winter solstice is a celestial and spiritual invitation to go inward as we delve into personal introspection and hibernate. Haven't we done that all year? Anyway, hibernate during the darkness of the winter months. As the last seasonal change of the year, it's the perfect opportunity to release whatever no longer serves you. Whatever doesn't work anymore. Anything that makes you feel less than, and refer to all of Julie and Rusty's beautiful music, anything that intimidates you or wants you to cower into nothingness, get rid of it, release it, let it go. In our preparation to allow the new light which is about to enter the planet. For thousands of years, it has been a tradition, you may not know this, but we light red candles because that represents the lifeblood which connects all of humanity together. The green candles are the representation of growth, future development, and good health. Get those candles out, guys. Burn those candles. The great conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn is tomorrow at 12:21 p.m. Central Time. This is the long-awaited and much anticipated coming together of Jupiter, which is called the Great Expander. And wherever Jupiter shows up in your own chart, that's where you expand in consciousness. Can be a few temper tantrums too, but it's the Great Expander with the Lord of Karma. That's Saturn. Saturn wants you to dot every I, cross every T, do things correctly. If you've been looking up at the night sky these last couple of nights, you've probably already seen the incredibly bright glow of these two planetary heavyweights. They're joining forces for the first time in many, many years. And you can kind of see it as you look into the northwest. I mean, depending upon when you look, but tomorrow night will be the extraordinarily best prime time. Whether you believe in astrology as a science or not, please, please do not miss this superb opportunity to write your own course in life. Straighten the ship. In the words of Ernest Holmes, we are compelled to think of spirit either as apart from us or within us. If apart from us, there is no way to find it. If you think God, Spirit, the divine is somewhere in East Nashville, you will never be complete, ever. God is within you. I should do the quote. Sorry, Ernest. We are compelled to think of spirit either as apart from us or within us. If apart from us, there is no way to find it. If within us, there is no escaping the divine fact. The coming together of Jupiter and Saturn is in the heavenly, the coming together of Jupiter and Saturn is the heavenly physical representation of that truth. Spirit is within each of us. We are always divinely guided, whether by a constellation of planets in the night sky or a timely nudge in the right direction by a gifted teacher, a mentor, a sponsor, or a friend. We may be living in difficult times, but so what? So what? Difficult times or not, we have work to do on this schoolhouse planet Earth. And right now the universe is conspiring to aid us in the form of the great conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. A wise friend told me a while back, never waste a crisis, ever. Never waste it. And we are certainly in the middle of one right now. So how can you use it? You know, I don't believe in accidents. We're here by divine command. We're here to either be a part of the problem or a part of the solution. And I don't think you can be a part of Science of Mind teaching and really walk your talk and not be a part of the solution. It would be heartbreaking if you weren't. Difficult times or not, we have work to do. And right now the universe is conspiring to aid us. It's strengthening us. It's giving us the resolve to move forward. Remember the right path. And there may be people this year that you have to turn away from. It might not be conceivable that your best friend from kindergarten is your correct best friend now. So a little personal inventory might be in order. Both the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu have said, the problem is not the existence of stressors, which cannot be avoided. Stress is simply the brain's way of signaling that something is important. The problem, or perhaps the opportunity, is how we respond to the stress. And that's really a brilliant way to think about it. If you're going to react, maybe that's not your highest and best approach. Responding comes from a much deeper level of self-awareness and a self-contained individual. Here's some suggestions to help you invite divine presence into your life more directly, especially in these important coming days. Get outside. It might be rainy, it might be snowy. I know I have wonderful people I adore who live in Montana and Wyoming, so go outside with lots of warm clothes on. But for us, we can just go outside with a light jacket and embrace the divine in every tree, every limb, every blade of grass, and allow that energy to fill you from the bottom up or the top down, but get outdoors. Number 2, forgive everyone, everything. You know, if you hold on to pain, if you hold on to a slight, if you hold on to something that happened to you even 30 seconds ago, who's really in pain? I mean, who's really suffering? Brush it off. Let it go. Forgive everyone, everything, beginning with yourself. Forgiveness is the choice to see people as they are now, not as they were before, not in the past. By bringing the past into the present, and if you believe science of mind teaching, if you believe unity teaching, if you believe any new thought, discipline, think about this. By bringing the past into the present, you are creating a future just like the past. It can't be any other way. It cannot be any other way. By letting the past go, we make room for miracles, we make room for growth, and we make room to be the highest expression of the divine we possibly can be. The essence of life is only forward. Only forward. It's the ongoingness of that divinity, that divinely inspired spirit in action that allows the divine light to glow brighter on earth just as it is in heaven. Also, this is very important. Begin by writing down your most cherished hopes, wishes, and dreams. Not on a phone, not on a tablet, not on a computer. There's that bossy Scorpio side. When you write with an implement in your hand on a piece of paper, it takes a different pathway through the brain, and you are engaging different muscles. So get a journal. Have somebody buy you a gorgeous one. Go buy yourself a gorgeous one. But write down your highest hopes, wishes, and dreams. And label the journal, My Fabulous New Life. Then write down everything you want. Don't skimp. You want good health. You want awareness. You want mental acuity. You want to be firmly in your body, right? You want to be healthy. You want to be able to walk. You want to be able to drive a car. You want to be able to be in a room of these sparkling, light-filled beings. So start writing that down. And really imagine it. Imagine life as this splendid banquet. As this splendid banquet. And there's this conveyor belt that's going in front of you. And if you're going to stand there kind of being shy, kind of thinking, oh, that would be gorgeous, and not do anything, who's the loser here? Reach out, grab it, take it, ask for it. Let the universe know your most cherished hopes, wishes, and dreams. Decide to show up. Better, clearer, kinder, more generous, and more curious than ever before. Decide to show up as the best version of yourself. Declare out loud, I am free. I free myself and everyone in my life from old past hurts. They are free, and I am free to move into new, glorious experiences. I greet the new with open arms. I trust all of life to be wonderful. And here's an amazing poem, also from my delightful Megan Mundy Patterson, whom I met in the back hallway here. Give you a little, was it here? It was at the Y. For those of you who don't know, we met at the YWCA on Woodmont Boulevard for eons of time. It was church in a box, and I was walking down the back hallway one day, and this adorable girl walked in, and I was like, oh, there you are. And she had the same experience. She's right there. She's not a little girl anymore. Prominent professor at Vanderbilt, et cetera, et cetera. The art of showing up. It's simple, really. You commit to something. Harness your energy. Walk with intention. One step at a time. You get up and go. Comfortable as your nest may be. You say yes. You plan a little or a lot, like that's the secret. But, and you know, it's the energy you bring. The openness, the curiosity, the authenticity that will be seen and felt will show the way to somewhere. All the tricks in the world are only tricks if there's no love, no warmth, no light. The magic is simply in being yourself. Show up with your fears, your doubts, your loves, and your losses. Your heart a little bit right there on your sleeve. Allowing others to see how just coming to the circle is an act of trust. Makes acceptance look easy, a space to belong. Here, in this moment, together, we've come to be not he, she, they, them, theirs, only ours and we, and also I. Showing up with eyes and hearts open and curious, kindness and compassion, a ribbon of grace we hold gently for each other. Welcome. Showing up with eyes and hearts open and curious, kindness and compassion, a ribbon of grace we hold gently for each other. There can be no higher or spiritually intentional use of this brilliant divine energy that we find ourselves in the midst of right this moment, this very precise moment. This poem says it all. In the Jewish tradition, there is a practice called Tikkun Olam, which is repairing the world in large ways and small. And that's spelled Tikkunolam. Repairing the world in large ways and small, one kind obscure gesture at a time. No big fanfare, no social media posts bragging about your lofty deeds or how cute you looked. Sorry. Just quiet gestures of goodness. That is the quintessential art of showing up as a self-realized prayer in action. This is indeed a brilliant time to be alive. May we all rise to the occasion to be the best we can be in each and every situation. Again, in the wise words of Ernest Holmes, in the science of mind, which is a conscious use of creative energy of the law of life, mental treatment is the art, the act, and the science of using this law for the purpose of producing a definite, objective, manifest result. Jupiter passes Saturn by a mere 0.1 degree just after sunset tomorrow night. This will be close enough to see both Saturn's rings and Jupiter's moons at the same time as seen through the lens of a telescope. These two powerful planets will appear closer in the night sky than they have since the Middle Ages, since dawn on the morning of March 4th, 2026. May this rare and heavenly, beautiful event inspire us all to become better angels of our nature. May we become kinder, more gracious, more curious about one another in the days to come. May we extend kindness and a sincere generosity of spirit to our loved ones and strangers alike as we decide to become agents of healing and change for the world. I believe in God. I believe in the goodness of people. I believe in the power of healing. And to all those loved ones of ours who are dealing with issues that might seem insurmountable, nothing is insurmountable in the eyes of the divine. Flip it. Whatever fear you've got, flip it. Find an answer. Call a friend. Call someone who's a success story. Don't believe your diagnosis. Whatever it is, turn it around, please. Let's look to the future together as one united body of determined souls. And until next time, just do the best you can, and I'll be doing the same as we move through this holy privilege called life. Please join us right here on Christmas Eve from 6 to 7 p.m. for a very special program of inspiring words and wonderful holiday music. I think you might really enjoy it. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessings. Wear a mask, thank you.
Thank you, Rosemary.
Welcome, thank you.
Thank you. I look forward to Christmas Eve.
Me too.
Yeah.
God will be here.
Yeah.
I know.
So, y'all, now is the time to give back to what serves us. So, please make a contribution online in the description below, or you can mail your check to the street address. Join me as I say, divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I have, and all that I receive. And so it is. And now we have our board member, Kate Prentice, who's going to share a few words with us.
First thing I want to do, not drop the mic, is I want to do a shout out to Reverend Lynn's crew today. Javier, AJ, and Ray, you do a remarkable, remarkable job every Sunday, and we love you so much. Julie and Rusty, thank you so much. Not only are they wonderful, but they're last minute saviors today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What was said about Gregory? Gregory is fine. Gregory had a, just didn't feel quite up to par. And we all know how much Gregory wants to always be perfect when he does anything. And so thank you so much for stepping in. Rosemary, thank you. Oh my God. You inspired me so much. Yes, we are going to be back on Christmas Eve on the 24th at 6 p.m. There will be a button on the newsletter that's coming out this week and also on the website where you can reserve a spot if you'd like to come and visit, or it will be virtual. Also this week, on Wednesday night, will be a Taizé service. It's going to take the place of the normal soul recharge on Wednesday evening that we have, and Reverend Donna Michael will be doing that. So please tune in for that. Her service is always wonderful. It's been too long since we've seen that. Also, another special event is next Sunday we will have a special healing service, and please join us for that. Again, there'll be a place for you to pre-register if you'd like to be here in person. Also, the last event that I want to share with you is an abundance workshop that's going to be January 7th, 12th, and 14th with Reverend Laura Landris, and I'm looking forward to that. The Giving Circle is still going, so if you have gift cards that you don't think you're going to use, or even if you think you're going to use them, don't give them to us. Let us pass those on to some people who are needy right now and need a little lift. You can bring them by and put them in our box that's out in the foyer if you're here, if you're in the building, and if not, you can mail them in. Also, we had a wonderful, it was, the old town hall meeting idea. We're calling it Community Connection. That was on December 9th. And there's a survey that went out from that, and also there's a recording available of that if you're interested in seeing any of those. If you didn't get the message about those things, if you will reach out to Lucia Coopersmith, her contact information is in the newsletter. And then if you have a need for a treatment from one of our wonderful practitioners, there are buttons near their name on the website that you can go to and leave your request. And trust me, it works. It just really works. I don't even have to know for sure when somebody's doing something. I just feel the difference. That's all at cslnashville.org. And then two last things that I want to urge you to do. If you are interested at all in being a help with our building, if you have a skill that you could use, or if you have ideas, if you have visions for this, if you will go to either the website and hit the contact button, and leave an idea, or leave your name and say that you may want to do something on this. We're looking to put that team together. Also, you could leave something at info@cslnashville.org. And the last thing I want you to do, and this is inspired by Rosemary, go to info@cslnashville.org and leave an idea that you have of something that the board can consider and possibly put into place that will enhance the kindness, the fun, and the happiness for this center. We're really interested in hearing what your ideas about that are. Thank you so much. Happy holidays, and for this week, Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Okay, this is the last time I'm coming up here. And I just want to thank you all for joining us today. If you liked at all anything that you heard, please share the link of this program with a friend and join us again next Sunday. And I just want to reiterate something that Kate said, that if anybody is in need of support, go to our webpage. There's a host of practitioners. I'm one, Dottie's one, that we're here to help you and support you in a time of need. And if you'll just take a deep breath with me, I would like to end with a closing treatment. So let's just know that there's just one creative power, one infinite intelligence, first cause of all things, and I call this Spirit God. And I know this Spirit is a part of my life, and I know it is a part of each and every one who is here and is listening today. And I know that God is us and acts through us, and that we are all individualized expression of the one. And as we enter into this Christmas season, may we enter into the Christmas of our heart, which is the doorway to our deeper self. And if you don't know this for yourself, please know that I and a host of others know this for you. That I affirm that the birth of the divine takes place in me and takes place in each and every one of us, here and far. That there is a collective consciousness connecting us together and connecting us during this seemingly difficult time. It's connecting us with a sense of sacred service. And I know that during this season, love does appear to be closer to the surface. And I know that there's peace and love fills our hearts and it overflows with abundance, and I am open and receptive to receiving good and more good. And I know that as I give to my community, my talents, my resources, that it gives back to me. And I know we are living and being the best we can, and when we are, the best shows up in our lives. So I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for everyone who came and shared their talents with us today. I'm very grateful for the beauty that we get to see. And I'm very grateful that we can start a new life just by changing our thoughts. And I'm very grateful for this teaching, for this center. And I'm very grateful for all who are listening today. And I'm releasing these words to the law so the law can do its work. Join me in saying, and so it is. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. All right, so we're going to close up with a song. Just remember, you are loved always. And thank you for having us. We feel like we've been loved a great deal today. So thank you for having us. And it was a pleasure and an honor. You are loved. You are loved. Be sure. Like the sun never leaves the sky, my love is always by your side. You are loved, my child. You are loved. You are blessed. My blessings pour upon your life. You are blessed, my child. You are blessed. There may be days you feel sadness, lost and overwhelmed. Here you will seek me. You are loved. You are loved. Be sure. Like your breath, I'm with you all the time. Now breathe and know that you are mine. My love is here and for all time. You are loved, my child. You are loved, be sure. You are loved. You are loved.
This program is a service of the Center for Spiritual Living Nashville. May your life be filled with joy and prosperity in every way. Learn more about our programs or contact one of our practitioners at our website, cslnashville.org. You may also want to follow us on Facebook at CSLNASH. You can make a big difference with your financial gift at lovecsln.com. Please share the link to this program with a friend and join us again next Sunday.